my name is Hannah and welcome to my channel. Today we are going over my TBR pile for the Magical Read-a-Thon hosted by Book Roast at her channel and on Twitter. One fun thing that I'm doing with this read-a-thon is I am trying to vlog. I've never vlogged before, so don't get mad if this is bad, but I'm trying to post weekly reading vlogs as I do this read-a-thon, you know, just to hopefully meet more people, just to show you kind of what my reading routine is like, so that's really fun. Fun fact, I already recorded this video plus my entire April TBR, and then my computer decided not to accept the file. So I'm trying to do this again. I've made my peace with it, but it's a little frustrating. But anyway, we're gonna go into my TBR pile. So in the Magical Read-a-Thon, you have the 12 subjects that are in the Harry Potter world at Hogwarts. But we all choose a career path in which in those paths you choose which owls you are going to pass. So my career path is the Hogwarts Professor, just because I'm an English and anthropology double major and I love research and all of those things, and I like to teach. So a Hogwarts Professor would be like my dream job. So I'm going to follow the Hogwarts Professor track, and I have 7 OWLs that I have to pass in this read-a-thon. So the first class I'm doing is Muggle Studies. This would be the class that I would teach. Being an anthropology major, that just sounds like something I would teach, even though everyone's like, why would you take Muggle Studies in the books, and they're criticizing Hermione. I get her. But anyway, for the Muggle Studies category, you are supposed to read a contemporary. So I've actually already finished this requirement. I read Panic by Lauren Oliver. I really enjoyed this book. I may be doing a review of it at some point because a lot of people hate on Panic, but I loved Panic. It was exactly what I needed to start me off on this read-a-thon. So that is my requirement for Muggle Studies. The next course that I'm taking my OWL in is Arithmetic. And for this class, you choose a book that is outside your favorite genre. My favorite genre is mystery, so for this category I chose a dystopian novel, and that is The Way We Fall by Megan Crew. I started this last night. I'm 50 pages in. I still have a lot of reading to do today, but it's a fun time, definitely out of my comfort zone. But this is actually a really interesting book to read during this whole time with COVID-19 because it describes an island that has to go under quarantine because a mysterious disease has broken out, and they talk about things like staying at home and self-isolation and the difficulty that comes with that. So I find this a really relatable book, even though it's a dystopian. So I'm having a lot of fun with this for my arithmetic requirement. The next class that I have is Ancient Runes, and so for this one you have to read a book with a heart in the title or on the book cover. So I'm going to be reading Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I remember when this book came out and I got through like maybe 15 pages through, couldn't get into it. Heard very few people talk about it, but I'm really interested to really get into it because I love Marissa Meyer, and I actually have 2 Marissa Meyer books in this TBR, so that's gonna be fun. But I'm super excited to read Heartless. So the next class is Hermione's favorite class, Charms. So for this class you read a book with a white cover. So for this one, I decided to kind of continue the whole theme of health and disease just because that is my research topic in my English major. So I'm going to be rereading Everything by Nicola Yoon. This book is a great one to talk about health and disease in YA literature, just for a lot of reasons. And if you haven't read this book, there are multiple layers to that in this book. The people who have read it know what I'm talking about. But I'm super excited to read this one again. It wasn't my favorite when I read it in high school, but I think I'm going to be able to read it with a different, I don't know, opinion this time around. So, and it's also super short. Like it's easy to fly through, really big font, I don't know. I'm really excited to start reading this one again for Charms. So the next class is the one solid requirement for a Hogwarts Professor on this career path, and that is Defense Against the Dark Arts. So because this is the 3rd year of the Magical Read-a-Thon, we are focusing on topics in The Prisoner of Azkaban. The creature that we are fighting in Defense Against the Dark Arts is the Grindylow. So the book category is a book set at the sea or the coast. So just like I did with Everything, this is another research book that I'm going to be reading. So I'm going to be reading Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. This is another reread for me, but I remember loving this book. I read it in one day. I cried. It was sad. If you don't know, it is about a family that is working through how their dad is about to pass away from cancer, and they're kind of having one last summer where they have their last chance to kind of clear up everything that's going on in their family, any unresolved problems, and it's a really moving book. So I'm really excited to read that one. It hasn't arrived yet. I ordered it off of Amazon and I'm hoping it's going to arrive next week so I can start it soon, but it might come a little later in the month and I may have to speed read it. The next requirement is History of Magic, which means that I have to read a book with a witch or wizard. So I'm kind of cheating on this. This book involves magic in a way. You could say it involves witches and wizards, but it kind of not outright. Like, they don't call them witches and wizards. And I've also already started this book like a year ago, and then again another like 2 years ago. So I'm kind of cheating with this because technically for the Read-a-Thon, you're only supposed to read books. You're supposed to count books that you've started and finished in the month of April. However, this book is over 800 pages. So I think me already being 100 pages through is really not helping me much. Anyway, this book is Winter by Marissa Meyer because I'm the only person on BookTube that hasn't finished this book. I know it's gonna be amazing. I loved all the other books, but have I finished this? No. So I'm going to finish this because I've been talking about finishing it for so long, and I'm going to do it. And finally, the last class is Potions, and for this I'm supposed to read a book with 150 pages or less. I kind of interpreted this as more of a short story or a novella. So for this, I am reading The Gambler by Dostoevsky. I'm really wanting to read The Gambler, which is about 120 pages. I think this is a great way to get into Dostoevsky. I've read Crime and Punishment, loved it, started another one of his books and enjoyed it. It was just also, I had to do a lot of homework at that time, so I wasn't really able to get into it, but I'm really hoping to get into The Gambler because I think I'm going to enjoy this. As an English major, I think I do need to challenge myself in this read-a-thon a bit. I've been reading a lot of young adult books, but I need to throw, a good hard classic in there with some Russian literature. So that is my TBR pile for the Magical Read-a-Thon. Let me know down below if you're participating in this read-a-thon. I know I've met a couple of my new subscribers through this read-a-thon, and it's been super fun getting to meet new people over Twitter and YouTube and seeing so many new people in my subscription feed. So let me know what books you are reading this month. So please give my video a like and follow and share on any social media if you would like. That would help me out a lot. I'm a new booktuber. I'm still trying to figure out what my little niche is in this community, but I'm having a lot of fun with it and I'm having a lot of fun reading, and I hope you are too because that's really what all of this is about. So I hope you have a good day. I hope you are all staying safe out there and happy reading. Bye.